Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11.
Welcome into Hometrack Heroes here on Seattle 11. Can you believe this is the start of season number 7 here of Hometrack Heroes? And I got to say a big, gigantic thank you to both Seattle 11 and Evergreen Speedway for bringing us on back. You guys can help us get through this year and, heck, come back for season number 8. Be sure to tell your friends we're going to be here Sunday nights on Seattle 11 all year long. My name is Caleb Hart. Saxon Hop for the very first time joining us here on the show. Saxon, welcome into Hometrack Heroes. I'm excited for this year.
Oh, I'm excited, Caleb. Here we go, 2026. I'm ready to go, brother.
All right. Well, we're going to kick things off with the big boys and the baddest toys. It is time for the Speedway Chevrolet Pro Late Models. That's right. We're kicking off Hometrack Heroes with 50 laps for our biggest division here on the track. Let's give you the starting lineup for this 50-lap main event. Your pole sitter is the 4 of Doug Bennett. He's out of Snohomish, driving the Bennett Design and Construction Machine. To his outside, it's the 32 of Chase Gardner out of Snohomish, sponsored by Quality Towing.
Next row is the 2 of Mike Marthaler Jr. out of Everett. Direct Carpet Cleaning is his sponsor. And the 12C, Chad Fitzpatrick out of Lake Stevens, trademark RCS.
It is a loaded row number 3. The 78 of Haley Constance out of Snohomish, Central Welding Supply, sponsoring that beautiful-looking car. And to her outside, the multiple-time track champion out of Linwood, the J&R Trucking familiar 00. It's Nama Lang.
Next row, the 94 is Brandon Brock out of Stanwood, Myers Metals LLC, and a rookie, 06 Dempsey Grandma Duval Duraflap Custom Mud Flaps.
Final row, Alexander Boyat. He's out of Graham. It's the Z Clear number 9 car. And outside row number 5, the no hometown listed, no sponsor listed, but we'll get it at some point in time, number 77 of Ken Sleveland. 10 cars, 50 times around to open our season up here on Hometrack Heroes. The points are live, the money is real, and we are ready to rock and roll as they come off of corner number 4. Green flag for the first time of the year here on Seattle 11.
Oh, man, I've been waiting this all season long. It's been a long offseason. Here we go. Bennett Garner front row going to turn 1. Garner just a slight lead. Fitzpatrick right behind him as they go down the back chute.
Chase Gardner from the outside is the outside lane, getting the good drive early on in this. Fitzpatrick settling into second. Brand new design on the scheme for Chad. It's a good-looking race car. And then the 00 of Nama Lang is tucked into third. So we got a 3-car battle for fourth. And check it out. We have got Pilot 1 FPV giving us the drone shot live in action as we complete lap number 2. Here we go.
And in lap number 2 is still Chase Garner leading. Chad Fitzpatrick running second. Man, I love his Pilot 1 FPV shot. Follow him on Instagram, folks. Great guy. Tanner Holm is running that program.
We'll see him in a race car some point in time this year. At least that's what Tanner had said to me over the course of the offseason. But for right now, we're watching the 3 that we have, and we'll go in-car. The Brandy Hood Promotions in-car shot with Doug Bennett. Doug trailing around, got some ground to make up. His split screen on the left. Gardner, Fitzpatrick, and Lang. 1, 2, 3 early here. And this one is the drivers. They got some practice in early in the day, but they're running a little bit earlier than I think they thought they were going to be.
Yeah, so we had some inclement weather coming in, so we want to run it early, 50 laps. We want to get this race in. It's the Speedway Chevrolet Pro Late Models. We want to get it in. Gardner's still leading it with Fitzpatrick laying hot on his tail, Caleb.
Go figure. Early springtime in the Pacific Northwest, and inclement weather can be inclement at any point in time, even if there was nothing threatening in the skies about it. In car now from Nama. As you see, half a groove opening up down low. Moving up on the rear bumper of the Fitzpatrick 12. Fitzpatrick bird-dogging Chase Gardner, who is getting some really quality laps out in the front of this thing and doing a good job of keeping 2 very strong veterans at bay.
Oh, yeah. Fitzpatrick Lane, 2 of the best Pro Late Model drivers in all of the country. And you know what? That's hard to do. But Chase Gardner, he had a great season last year, and I think it's going to have a better season this season, Caleb.
You know, they put a lot of work into that 32 car going from 2024 to 2025 and left themselves a very good program to build off of coming in here to 2026. Chase showing on early that, yeah, he's going to be strong. They're going to have to drive around him and figure it out. As there's your top 3 still broken away. Sitting fourth is Constance trying to reel in that front pack as Lang looking, he'll close center corner. Not quite enough to make a move on Chad, and we know Chad strategy-wise, he said it on this show a bunch of times, he is going to defend that bottom groove voraciously.
Hey, I don't blame him. The bottom groove is the fastest way around the racetrack. You want to run you can do the Galen Stewart line or you can do the low line, and that's a John Zaretsky line going to turn 1 that you can use.
I like it. You're going with the throwbacks early on here in the program. dropping the historical knowledge for our 72-year-old racetrack.
Hey, I'm a wealth of knowledge, man. I'm part of the union committee.
Welcome on board, Saxon. We're excited to have you. Constance closed quick. There was a pretty large gap between them when she had gotten fourth, and boy, she really narrowed that on Nema. As they're going to go nose to tail, and Constance going to swing out of line, getting up into the middle, coming off the corner. Look for room around your defending champ.
Haley Constance, she's one to watch out for. Look at that middle groove right, trying to get on lane, can't quite make it stick. As we got a caution, Caleb.
All right, yellow flag on the racetrack, and our first look at the 9 car of Alexander Boyat, who spun around in the corner. And the first of our couple, Seattle 11 replays coming up. Hillcrest Cleaners Night at the racetrack, opening night. Let's get our first look at Boyat into the corner, all complete with the telestrator. Wow. I wanted a telestrator for years, and now they give it to the producers, not to me. I don't know how that works.
There's an onboard of Alexander Boyat. Looks like, yeah, rear end just slapped around on that one.
Pretty easy to do in these high horsepower cars. It's not hard to lose the handle as you'll watch the field come flashing through. So we'll take a second. We'll come back here into the booth. We only have a handful of laps in so far. Chase Gardner's looked really good, but our first restart coming up, and lots can happen when we get these restarts going.
Oh, and still lots of laps left.
So you look at the ticker, 11 down, 39 to go, and we're going to go side by side here. Odd number running cars to the inside, even to the outside. So Gardner and Fitzpatrick, Lang and Constance, as we're about 14 laps away from the halfway point here in our opening night A feature. Marthaler in the 2, up to position number 5. Bennett sits 6th in the 4 car. And coming off the corner, this is going to be a really good restart for Fitzpatrick.
Oh, what a dynamite restart. He goes in turn 1 hard. Into the lead, clears Gardner, but here comes Haley Constance side by side for second place. Gardner got a little loose off of turn 2 there.
You saw that twitch in the 32 car, and it's going to cost him, looks like 3 spots here on the restart. So Chase Gardner, not what he wanted to see on the restart, shuffles backwards, and now top 3 is Fitzpatrick, your new leader, taking over with 12 laps in and 38 to go. Constance up to second, and Lang going to sit in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, I don't have Gardner there. He got really loose off of turn 2, and again off of turn 4, cost him 2 spots like you said. But benefactor is Haley Constance and Amy Lang now in the 2nd and 3rd. What can Chad Fitzpatrick do? Now he knows that Haley Constance is one of the hottest drivers on the circuit. Hot on his tail. What can he do to block her?
Haley had a very busy off season, went out, ran some micros down into Tulsa, Oklahoma, and more. She stayed sharp, and we'll go in car, a look at the inside of Joe's chassis numero uno, 78 of Haley Constance as she pilots around and looking for a gap around Fitzpatrick. She'll sling it to the outside coming off the 4th corner.
Can't quite make it stick. Nice block by Fitzpatrick. Haley Constance, she knows what she's doing behind the wheel of these race cars. You know, she got a few wins last season. She knows what she's doing.
She's got a great crew in and with her. She's got some good genetics going on as her dad, Joe, the car builder, former track champ, and multiple time champion around the Pacific Northwest. She's edging up to the rear quarter panel of Fitzpatrick and has a nice looking run to the outside. Has to pedal it as it got way wide on the back straightaway. Comes back down and continues to be on the attack for Fitzpatrick off the outside of corner 4.
Man, she is not giving up. She'll work that high line, that middle groove as best she can. Chaz still running through the Zaretsky line. Name he's right there in case both make a mistake. Oh, into the grass a little bit.
Yeah, didn't cost him too bad. Maybe a car length on Constance as we've got one around. Hanging out, got a good view of the 5/8 there for a couple of seconds. Caution flag flies, and that Boyat for the 2nd time.
Oh, let's see what happened here. Boyat, you got 2 replays coming up.
All right, Seattle 11 crew caught it. Now your chance to see it a 2nd time. We'll watch him fly in and just had a bit too much steam going in on the 94 of Brandon Brock. Had to jump on the binders and around we go. Watch it from in-car.
Sounds like the same spot as the first caution, so I wonder if the tires aren't sticking going to turn 1.
Did you see the hood on the car as it came around and into the corner, how it was flopping up and down a little bit? To me, that says that the aero isn't exactly secure in that, so might need to take a look and make sure he's getting proper seal off the front nose and the rest of that stuff that might be affecting that corner handling for him. We'll find out.
Hey, you never know.
All right, so Fitzpatrick this time to the inside, and it'll be Constance, who's had good speed on the outside of Chad. They'll run 1-2. Lang and Gardner, 3-4. Marthaler and Bennett still sitting 5 and 6 is the Speedway Chevrolet Pace Truck, and the world's biggest San Francisco Giant van, Don Fairley, driving the rig. I'm surprised we got him woke up for his nap to go out and make pace laps.
Yeah, hey, nice job, Don.
Green flag is out. Back to action. Fitzpatrick down low, and a good run from Constance going door panel to door panel off of turn number 2 for the lead down the back straightaway.
There we go, side by side. Constance, what a great restart kept of Chad. They're side by side, door to door, but Haley Constance just a tad bit off a turn forward. Can't she lead this lap this time by?
Lead change official, 18 in, 32 to go on the 78 car to the top. Can she clear him down the back straightaway? Fitzpatrick still battling hard low, but you can see the numbers in the 78 flashing up and by, and your new leader, Haley Constance, now with 31 laps remaining in this race.
Two gorgeous looking race cars. I love both how they look. And you can see Chad's numbers were reflecting off at 78, like you said. Now we're on board with Naima Langmuir sitting in third, come off of 3 and 4, right behind Chad Fitzpatrick.
Watch and see what Naima can put together, as he is half a groove lower than Fitzpatrick, at least through the center of the corner. And again, we know Chad's going to defend that low side extremely strong. He wants to force drivers to get around him as opposed to going the easy way underneath. So great viewpoint from Lang, watching how Fitzpatrick is going to defend and seeing where Naima is going to choose to go after him. He's got some speed, but needs to close in just a little bit more.
Well, Naima, he is a multi-time champion in the Pro Late Model division, and he knows exactly what he's doing. So when is the right time? Because this is tire management. 50 laps, tire management is crucial.
Down the back straightaway, closing in on that halfway point. Again, these drivers, second year on the slick, they had transitioned from the 970. The tire definitely has different lifespans to it. Can be a little nicer to it. However, it's producing good grip here on a rapidly cooling evening of racing. Battle for second is on the left-hand side of your screen. You're in car with Naima Lang, who is running in the third spot. Right there is now to the speed shot in the front straightaway, and a sensation of the speed they got going. Marthaler pulling off problems with the 2 car.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Mike Marthaler. You know, he ran for Rookie of the Year last season, and that's never want to see that happen to a good guy.
Move up from the street stock division where he had some success. Hopefully he can put together a good run this year. One of the bright young stars of the class. They're all chasing Haley Constance, who just barely into her 20s herself. A long career left for Haley, and she is very, very quick early into it.
Oh, like I was saying earlier, I remember when she was in the Youth Horn division, she was great right off the get-go. I love seeing what she's doing in the Speedway Chevrolet Pro Late Model division. Man, I can't wait for her to become a champ, possibly one of these days.
It's a matter of when, not if. So find out if 2026 is that season. If you want to find out, you need to tune in to Hometrack Heroes every Sunday night, or be out at the racetrack, because there's nothing like experiencing it live.
Oh, I can't stress that enough. Being live at the racetrack, best.
Yeah, you get the smell, you get the sounds, you get all of it. There's nothing quite like being in the grandstands to watch these guys and girls go around. As you see some distance opening up, Haley is putting a gap in between herself and Fitzpatrick has some breathing room between himself and Naima Lang in the 00. Chad coming off a pretty successful 2025 in his own regard, a multiple-time feature winner both here and around the Northwest, and looking to get another season started off well. He's running well tonight, but going to have to pick up some speed if he's going to run down the 78 car and put more distance between himself and the 00.
Oh, absolutely. Haley Constance is pretty far ahead, but there's like a 1 second gap possibly coming off of 3 and 4. Chad, he's thinking in his mind, okay, is there going to be a caution? What can I do? Tire management. That is a crucial thing on the 3/8 mile oval.
Well, we're 3/5 of the way into the race now, Saxon. I mean, we are 30 laps down, 20 to go. There does come a point in time where you can't worry about how much tire you have left. You got to use it up, right?
Oh, absolutely. 20 to go, that's when I would go.
Okay. So we'll see if any of those drivers push the go button and pick up some spots themselves. As continue to watch some good laps being run by the 78. But that car just glued the low side of the racetrack, putting a lap on one of our newer competitors, Ken Sleveland in the 77, who's going with a very basic look. Number, white body, finito. That's it.
Hey, sometimes basics are all right, though.
Maybe he's advertising room for sponsors.
Hey, you know what? He's sponsorless. Ken Sleveland, guys.
That's right. Quality car space available for your business or more. They're rocking down the front straightaway. 17 to go. They're clicking off quick. They're making some really good Oh, no. Did we just...
Commentator's curse.
I believe we just wielded the whammy for the first time this year. That's my bad. Sorry, Ken. Backup noise. Caution flag is out. Sleveland rolling to a stop here down the front straightaway. Everybody makes it by safe. And, well, I believe producers are telling us we got to look. We're going to get a look at how the 77 car came to a complete and utter stop starting right now. Swings wide around, and whatever was wrong by this point in time. As you can see, off the pace and a little swerve, and yeah, who knows what's going to go on in that. Weird.
Almost like no power to the car, possibly, looks like.
Still trying. It's still turning to an extent, and I mean, you can see that the engine was still at least fired up into a point. Now rolling to stop it. You know, who knows here on these late model cars? There is so many bits and pieces. Who knows what ended up going wrong? But hopefully Cleveland can make the fix. Be back out next time. We're going to take a break. More coming up next here on Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11. We're back to action here on Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11 as the Speedway Chevrolet Pro late models go side by side. They'll double up for a restart with about 17 laps to go. I'm Caleb Hart. He is the rookie, Saxon Hopp. And Saxon, good race so far. 3 different leaders here in this one. Haley Constance, emphasis is going to be on her to get a good start here with just a few laps to go.
Wow, so what a way to start off the 2026 season, the 72nd season at Evergreen Speedway. As we go back to green, Haley Constance, Chad Fitzpatrick front row, name lane, Chase Gardner right behind them. Oh, we got a spin.
Careful, up and around goes our number 9 car, and collecting up with that's the 94 of Brandon Brock. So caution out is Boyat and Brock over in the corner, and hey, we say it, anything can happen on restarts. That's exactly what went down right there.
Oh yeah, total restart will be coming up next, but we're going to see what happened to Brock and Boyat here. It looks like Boyat may have been the cause. Let's just find out.
In the corner, and you know, I wonder, because that's the second time he's had a spin exactly like that, where he was starting to get in the corner. I wonder if, like, brakes are too sensitive, or maybe rear percentage to front percentage isn't quite dialed in right, that took the thing around. I mean, we've seen that multiple times just like that, and this time for Boyat, took a couple with him.
Yeah, that car, 3 times it's happened now, so yeah, like I said, possible brake bias.
Hey, he's a rookie. He's got a lot to learn. We got to give him some room to learn these kind of things. We get multiple practice sessions during the day, and track is available during the week as well. So I'm sure Boyat taking a learning experience out of this, and a second shot here for Chad Fitzpatrick to try to figure something out to the outside of Constance, as she looked like she had a small advantage on that last restart.
Oh, absolutely. So here's the thing about total restarts. Chad knows what Haley's going to do this time. Can he do it better? It's all about that restart.
Well, good practice for the both of them coming up. Speedway Chevrolet pace vehicle pulling off. Lang and Gardner in row number 2. Row number 3. Now Dempsey Graham sitting on the outside of Doug Bennett. Back to action we go. Green is out.
Man, good to see Dempsey Graham, PRCB Hornet driver last season, moving up to Rookie of the Year for the Speedway Chevrolet Pro Late Models. Look at this. We got almost a 3-wide battle. Lang trying to look on the inside of Constance. Can't quite make it stick. All but of your bumper at Haley Constance.
Heck of a job by Fitzpatrick. You know, part of the job on the outside there, if you're going to try to beat them around, you also got to control their lane, keep them pinched down so they can't make a wide entrance to the corner and make the best lap possible. Chad did a good job on that restart, but Constance just showing so much sticky in that race car, getting through as she's going to power ahead and force Fitzpatrick to drop back to the inside to hold his second position.
Yeah, Chad was trying to work that middle groove. It didn't quite work. Haley Constance shown why she is a threat this season.
Absolutely is. Half a car length between them as Lang now the chance of the restart to roll back in on Fitzpatrick. See if he can do anything with him. It's top 3 breaking away. Gardner sitting in position number 4. And Bennett has position number 5. Good run for Doug Bennett.
Hey, nice job, Dougie. That's Greg Bennett's son, by the way, folks.
Yep.
Glad to see him behind the wheel of a Speedway Chevrolet Pro Late model.
Greg has been in and out, picking up parts here over recently. They are building multiple cars, so we may be seeing Bennett at some point in time during the Pro Lates during the course of the year.
Ooh, I love little father-son battle.
There are more cars getting ready and going to make their way out sooner rather than later, as we're expecting good numbers this year here in our Speedway Chevrolet Pro Late models. It's going to be a really fun division, and of course, we have got some massive late model shows coming up this year at Hometrack Heroes that are going to be a lot of fun for you, me, Ben, whoever's here to announce and get through. I am excited for the late model schedule this season.
By those 2 big races, Galloway 150 Shootout and the Summer Showdown.
Featuring cars Tour Northwest coming into town. Should be a heck of a lot of fun. We got to see the Harvicks come here in battle. We're expecting more of them. And some of the biggest names from up and down the West Coast and more contest our crown jewel late model racing here at Evergreen Speedway. Down to 10 laps to go. This one looking like it is Haley Constance as she continues to stretch your lead. Anything can happen. It's one little mistake can have a big effect as we go in car with Chad Fitzpatrick.
That's right. One thing, we talked about tire management. Did she use up too much race car early? Did Chad use too much race car up early? This is the waning laps, 9 laps to go. What does Chad have to do, Caleb?
Yeah, I don't know. And question mark on this one is we're down to a 50 lapper as opposed to a 75, so it's kind of a short run comparatively for them. I bet you that the veteran drivers in the field, who top 3 are the most veteran, kind of thought through that and went, you know, I don't know that we need to save as much race car as usual. We can probably go a little harder early, but random stuff happens. Random parts on race cars break, and we don't know. 7 to go, and this one not completely decided, but sands in the hourglass, they are getting awfully thin at the top.
Yeah, Haley continues to pull away. I mean, Chad's still within striking distance, but it looks like a second gap. Haley Constance in the lead. Chad, man, I love the way that roll cage looks.
It is vibrant, is it not?
Absolutely.
Yes, the guys that doing the powder coating on that deserve a big kudos. We got to thank Speedway Chevrolet. Speedway Chevrolet and RV Center in Monroe is your one-stop transportation and RV center. From new vehicles to pre-owned cars and trucks, Speedway Chevrolet can locate nearly any make and model you're searching for. Speedway Chevrolet has been a proud sponsor of Evergreen Speedway and the NASCAR Pro Late Models for over 25 years. Long time. Big thank you to those guys.
Oh, absolutely. Speedway Chevrolet and RV Center, thank you so much, guys.
You take a look at it, and I believe I do need to tip of the cap to Powder Coating Inc., who does that beautiful orange roll cage there on the Fitzpatrick car. And from the drone shot, Pilot 1 FPV. There we go. Got it right.
There you go.
Tanner, I'm going to screw that up at least once during the year, so forgive me now. I'll buy a Tanner t-shirt, I promise. So we're down to 2 to go. White flag due out the next time around here for the Pro Lates. Haley Constance.
Haley Constance has shown nothing but dominance since the second half of this race. She is pulling away to near 2-second gap over Chad Fitzpatrick as we come to the white flag, Caleb.
Hey, this is going to be a good one. 1 to go for Haley, looking to take the lid lifter here at Evergreen Speedway. Beautiful reflective numbers that nobody is close to here at the moment. Down the back straightaway for the final time, and 2 more corners off of corner number 4. 1 race, 1 win, back to 1,000. Haley Constance here on the early season. Chad Fitzpatrick takes second. Nema Lang in third. 1.8 second margin of victory from Haley over Chad in just 10 laps to build that advantage. Pretty incredible for her.
Way to go, Haley Constance, as we get ready to go to the podium. Interview these drivers. Lang, Fitzpatrick, Constance, what a show.
Yeah, and we're going to see more of them again. Late models littered all over the schedule this year, down to the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort Podium and our winners' interviews.
All right, well, Haley, it started off there. The 6-car invert put you kind of in the middle of the pack to start, and then it took you a few laps to kind of find yourself to clean air. And once you did, you drove quickly up to the lead and did not look back. Car was on rails. Talk to me, how did it feel?
Yeah, the car was amazing. I can't thank my dad enough. We've perfected the car over last season. Last year was the first year with the Joe's chassis, first ever Joe's chassis. This year we came into it with an almost perfect setup, I would say. We made no changes during practice. I can't thank my team enough. Dave, Matt, Hayden, my sister, my family, they all support me. And we were a little nervous at the beginning because the track was a little moist when we got out there. That's why we slowed her down, made sure we didn't get into any trouble early on. But we were able to make it up to the lead, and I couldn't be happier with tonight's performance.
Couple restarts there late in the race, 17 to go, having to fend off Chad on the outside. Talk about what it's like when you realize you've got Chad on your outside and Nema right behind you.
Yeah, those are 2 incredible competitors. Chad is an amazing racer. We had some great restarts. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with him on my outside, me on his outside, and knowing Nema right behind me. We all have a lot of respect for each other, and so it's great knowing that we can have some good, clean, fun racing.
You are the first winner of 2026 for Evergreen Speedway. Who helps you get that car out, and who do you want to thank?
Like I said, huge thank you to my family, my dad. He worked so hard to give me this amazing car. I cannot thank him enough. Central Welding, they're on board for the 2026 season. Mazda of Everett, Matt Pioli, Hayden for coming and helping, my mom, DeYoung Inc., Allied Motorsports, and all the fans who come out and watch, and Evergreen Speedway for always putting on a great show.
Starting the year on the top, the number 78 of Haley Constance. All right, Chad, second place tonight. Had a couple shots on the outside there to try to get the 78. What more do you think you needed to get it done?
Probably about 50 more horsepower, but it was definitely a good night. It's always nice to be on the podium, especially on opening night. Cars in one piece, not even a scratch on it. So I could say that was a good opening night for tonight.
Yeah, good run. You guys were starting. You guys had to restart. You know, the invert put you kind of in the middle to start, and once you made your way forward, it seemed like you and Nema were jockeying there for a little bit. Bringing this car back out. What's it like when you know you got like a car right behind you as you're trying to chase the car down?
Well, what's really nice is when I have Nema behind me. You know, I have utmost respect for Nema, utmost respect for Haley. So one thing, when I see those two, I never worry. You know, me and Nema have had years after years of battles. Him behind me behind him, vice versa. So I'm never worried about those three or those two.
Well, second place on opening night, got to feel pretty strong. Who helped you get the car out here? Who do you want to thank?
Lots of people. My crew, they're with me all the way. We really didn't have to do much this offseason, so I got to thank them. And, of course, my sponsors, Trademark RCS, Mazda of Everett, Powder Coating Inc., Central Welding, Bardall, Excident, Auto Be There Inc., Napa Auto Parts, DeYoung Inc. He's the reason why this car is so bright that the astronauts are going to be able to see the car from outer space. So I got to thank everyone for everything that they contributed to my program.
All right, second place tonight. Strong run for the driver of the 12, Chad Fitzpatrick. Nema, it's a podium start for the year, but what more do you think you needed to try to catch those two cars in front of you?
The thing just tightened up in the middle. Got lost on my drive off and free off. But, yeah, it was fine. Other than that.
Ultimately, a podium to open the year, trying to come back, compete again, running the full year this year. Talk about what's it like this year, 2026, that you're most excited about.
Hope we get the car counts up. You know, it's always fun coming out here racing with everybody. I got to thank my guys. We kind of busted our butts these last few weeks to get the thing ready. We'll come back out and get it better.
And who do you want to thank, and who helps you get the car out here?
Yeah, J&R Truck, Rano's, Lang Auto Sports, MJ's Auto Transport, and DeYoungInc.com.
All right, Nema Lang coming home third place tonight. The Pro Late Model main feature.
Our very own Ben Iman with all three of the late model drivers down there. Ben was supposed to be here tonight, but apparently got too busy making himself a roast beef sandwich. So we will go and move forward. It is the Tire Pros Street Stocks up and onto the racetrack. We've got 12 of them here. They're going 30 times around. And your starting lineup looking like this. Veteran front row. The 22 of Kenny Erickson at Tulalip starts on the pole. And that is Jim Fody. He is a resident of Edmonds, Washington, allegedly. Outside row number 1 in car number 85.
Row number 2 is the 89 Marty Sikulski out of Woodinville, Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. And then 28 is Scott across from our mini stock champ out of Monroe, University, Audi, and Linwood.
Row number 3, it's a good one. Teammates Jackson Beckles, 18J out of Snohomish, Fast Eddie's Tire Pros. The primary sponsor to his outside, Austin Camp at the 69 out of Monroe, sponsored by Cagnite.
Up next, I like this number 1, Steve Patasek out of Snohomish, Lang Automotive, and right beside him, the return of the 41, Mark Hubbard, sponsored by Mary's Towing out of Everett.
The 5th row is Mark Sandoval. He's from Arlington, Complete Landscape Edging. To his outside, the 13 of Brian Thornborough from Oso, sponsored by Grumpy's Field Service.
And the final row, the 7, a rookie driver, Aaron Pullen out of Snohomish, no sponsor, sponsorless, and another sponsorless car, 51, the return of Sean Carlson out of Snohomish.
So that 4th row, super interesting, Saxon, because Steve Patasek, new race car to him, right, your defending champion, and to the outside of him, Mark Hubbard in the car Steve Patasek won the championship with last year. So some history there going side by side in your 4th row. Hubbard himself, multiple-time track champion.
Welcome back, Mark Hubbard, 3-time Tire Pro Street Stock champ. As we go green, Erickson Fody on the front rows are going to turn 1.
If you'll remember right, too, and keep your eye on this with Hubbard, he is notorious from being able to run the outside. So we'll see if he can get middle up and start finding some room. Look out, Kenny Erickson, swimming like a fish. And it looks like Jim Fody's going to need a new left front fender. As we're going to get an early caution. Into the inside guardrail goes Erickson, and Fody not going to get much of a chance to, well, try out those brand new brakes that we spent all offseason working on. Oops. So, also the 44 car down inside there of Mark Sandoval driving the old Marthaler machine. As we're going to get a quick look as to how it all happened.
Down the drone shot, Pilot 1 FPV. Look at Harrison, got a little loose coming off a turn 2. He just couldn't gather it back up. And Jim Fody, wrong place, wrong time.
Gets into a shower of sparks, and there goes that left front fender off into the tulips as the drone nearly catching the fender. Let's go in cockpit with Jim. One-handed driver, by the way. You see that, he's working her through. He was doing all right until, well, no, I had to grab the other hand off of the coffee cup bar. Ready to stop.
Coffee cup bar, I like that.
And old school drivers, that's how they did it, you know? One hand on the wheel, one hand on the coffee cup. From the inside look, that's Sokolsky in the 89 as he got away and threw it. Unfortunately, our veterans there did not. Now, from the inside track shot. Love this track shot, too. This is one that's newish to us this season on Hometrack Heroes.
Yeah, I love his brand new angles. You see Harrison, he just could not gather the car up for whatever reason. And Fody was on the outside, just could not avoid it. And then there's Sandoval. Not sure what happened to him.
You ever drove a V8 rear-wheel drive on slick conditions?
Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah, well, there you then you get her, right? In car, we go with Lacrosse, who somehow gets away and through it. And with that look at the wreck, we got to take a time out. We'll come back. Street Stock main event action is next here on Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11. Restack them and re-rack them as we get ready to throw the green flag once again on the Tire Pros Street Stock A main event here on Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11. My name is Caleb Hart. Saxon Hop, his maiden voyage here in the co-pilot's chair on Hometrack Heroes. A little kerfuffle on that opening lap of that Street Stock main, but most of them get through it, and let's try to get 30 straight in. What do you think?
You know what? I like that. And it changes up the front row. Now it's Sokolsky and the Cross in the front row. Camp, Beckel behind him, and Hubbard and Potasic.
It's a shuffle that extremely talented third row and second row, both of them up. Give them a little less to get through to get to the front of the field. And let's see what happens as Potasic is getting down low on Austin Camp, and Marty Sokolsky starting out and rolling to the early lead.
Yeah, Camp did not get a good restart that time, but meanwhile, Sokolsky is your leader. Here comes Jackson Beckel, the Rookie of the Year last year in the Tire Pro Street Stocks.
Should give a massive tip of the cap, by the way, to Austin Camp for what he has done to get cars out and running in the Street Stock division this year and over the offseason. He was really moving and shaking to really help keep this class at a healthy racing level. So from us to you, Austin, your efforts were noted, and hat tip from both of us.
Thank you so much, Austin. I love seeing 12 cars on board with Mark Hubbard, the legend himself, as he runs the low line, trying to stick behind Steve Potasic, trying to get around Austin Camp.
Potasic down on the inside is number to number with Camp, and Camp fighting the 69 car. And you can see that car unhook about the apex of the corner and has to catch up to it. That costs him forward drive and positioning. Hubbard taking Potasic's old car and tucks in and behind him with a very, I don't know, car of tomorrow-ish look to it in terms of the paint scheme and where the numbers are lying, but we know it's going to be fast. Hey, big thank you as well, David Nelson and Elevate Racing Media working some drone shots for us too. Big thanks to David and Amber from Elevate, and Kyler back at the mothership wherever he may be. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Let's go split screen and take a look in camera with Steve Potasic bringing a promotion shot for our Seattle 11 shot. There's a look at your leader and the top three in behind him.
You see those gauges there on Steve Potasic. That's looking at speed, looking at oil temp, water temp, everything you need to know about what's going on in that race car.
Yeah, your basics are a tachometer, right? An RPM to measure your RPM. Water temperature, oil pressure. He's got a third one in there somehow. And sometimes you'll do oil temp. Sometimes you'll do water pressure, although they're not the most indicative of what you got going on. But hey, more data is more data, right?
Oh, absolutely. Data is super important. Look, Mark Hubbard. He has moved himself now into third place past Scott Lacrosse, working that high line.
Look at that. That is, if we were going to say vintage Mark Hubbard, that is vintage Mark Hubbard. Exactly where you would expect one of his race cars to be up and running around. But yeah, he's got a spot. He's going to try to follow Beckel here for a second as Beckel's swinging wide and working on Sokolsky. He's having a really good race out in front of this, trying to hold him off.
You gotta love it when you see some bow ties up front. Sokolsky and Beckel really getting out side by side. But Mark Hubbard now is going on the inside.
Oh, it got narrow there for a minute in terms of race space. Here comes Lacrosse back into this. Scott Lacrosse is right up on the back of Hubbard. See if he can sneak a position away. good battle between Beckel and Skokolski and running each other clean. In fact, last time around the loop, Beckel was in front.
Hey, nice job, Jackson Beckel, really sticking on that middle groove, not giving an inch. Neither is Marty Skokolski. These are two really talented racers.
Jackson Beckel, who has got track championships in multiple divisions, working, trying, gets to the outside, has the nose ahead. You can see it getting in the corner. Just hasn't been able to clear through the corner. I know that's going to make Augie and the boys back in the pit area happy campers. Now let's see if he can get down, tuck it, hold off Hubbard. But wow, Hubbard slingshots his way quickly around Sokolski, and he is right on Beckel for the lead.
From one problem to another. He gets around Sokolski, but now he has the veteran himself, Mark Hubbard, who's ran more laps than before he was even born.
Beckel is making it difficult. You can see him within reason making that car as wide as he can get while still leaving him a lane. It's okay to take up a lot of racetrack, but you have to leave enough room for your competitor to have a car width to get around. And Hubbard sticking his nose in. They're coming up on slower traffic, but you can see that 41 car just has speed for days. So they're going to get underneath Aaron Poland. Forces Hubbard a little wider. Now Beckel trying to make the comeback on the inside.
Great job by Poland, keeping up high, allowing Hubbard Beckel to get by. Hubbard now trying to get by Jackson Beckel officially, and looks like he's just cleared him off for turn 4. Man, Mark Hubbard, how many times have we said, new leader, Mark Hubbard.
Yeah, it's like he hadn't even missed any time at all, and you can see how wide he's kind of swinging into 1 and 2 and just rolling down the back straightaway. It looks really good in doing it. Hubbard, Beckel, Sokolski in third as you're watching the Tire Pros Street Stocks here on Hometrack Heroes. Tire Pros, the official dealer of tires at Evergreen Speedway. Tire Pros is your one-stop tire retailer where honesty is the best policy, and they have a hassle-free guarantee. Tire Pros has all the national brands, offers a nationwide warranty on your tires. Go to TirePros.com. That is TirePros.com.
The one of Steve Potasic is slow on the racetrack, and so is Austin Campbell. So we got some issues with two of arguably the high point getters of last season.
Caution flag out as Camp rolls to a stop, and yeah, you saw Potasic slow as well. We have got how it went down on camera, so we'll show you guys again at home if you didn't get a chance to catch it. And let's go from the drone shot here. Watch. There's Camp. On that tunnel straight. Got number 2 is up in the back, and he has Potasic, who had started slowing. Camp gets into him. Gets through, drives by, and
tire down?
Maybe? I don't know. Did he cut it on the way by?
I think he may have caught it when he got on his quarter panel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a that's like a tire down.
Well, let's check from multiple angles. Here's from Austin's point of view in car. There's Potasic. You can see gets in. Oh yeah.
There
I
it is.
Yeah, and I can see dropping both of those there. Your Austin's right front goes down and Steve's left rear at the same time. So, well, tough break for 2 of the contenders coming into this. It's been the Mark Hubbard show for the last couple of laps, but it does give everybody a chance to reset and take another shot at it.
Here we go. What can Jackson Beckel do to try to get in front of the legendary Mark Hubbard? And then there's Sokolski right behind him as well. What can Marty Sokolski do?
Sokolski's had a really good race so far as Marty has led laps, Beckel led laps. Hubbard in charge now, and Hubbard's going to be forced down to the bottom groove. It's going to give Beckel a chance to see if he can pinch him down and hold him down there. See if he can roll around the outside. Evergreen Speedway Chevrolet pace car off, halfway point of this feature. 15 down, 15 to go. And we're coming back to green flag action. That's Thornborough, 13 car, sitting in position number 5. First chance we've had to see him up there running amongst the top group.
A nice Dale Earnhardt Sr. throwback, and I'm a huge Earnhardt fan myself. Nice job, Ryan.
Although he's got it just slightly wrong. It's 3 for Dale, not 13 for Dale.
That's right.
Right? Nah, it's all right. We'll forgive him this time. So in car, it's Lacrosse now to the outside of Sokolski. As Hubbard will retake the lead back into 1 and 2, and Beckel will fall in and look for a chance to come get him back.
Now I got Scott Lacrosse, Marty Sokolski side by side for 3rd position, and Scott Lacrosse, he's a former mini stock champion here at Evergreen Speedway. Marty Sokolski used to race with these called Bombers back in the day.
Way back in the day. Love the old Bomber class. Those things are great. Doesn't it, like the way the Lacrosse has got the back, like the deck lid and such of that car, doesn't it look like it's almost like a little itty bitty lowered white truck?
You know what? Now that I see it, I can't unsee it.
Exactly. Well, we'll have Pro 4 trucks coming up later on for their A feature. Hopefully they run as clean and as fun as Lacrosse is running Sokolsky.
Man, Lacrosse, Sokolsky, what a great battle for third place. I got a little shout out to Devin Jenkins. His car was in the pits. Unfortunately, he had a problem during practice, so the 67N team. Devin, hope you get it fixed, buddy.
Looking to make his street stock debut here any day now.
That's right.
He's had plenty of fun with the 4-cylinder cars and the various different bumped pass classes that he'll field stuff in. So I know they've been working hard on that thing, trying to get transmissions together, clutches, the whole rest of the stuff, and hopefully next time out they will have a running piece and he can come out here and compete.
Yeah, I think it was a rear end that went away in first practice, so I think they'll get it fixed.
We got one around. It's Poland. One of the nicest guys in the pit area, but he gets it fired back up. Driving the Mike Shimmick car for the year. Mike was planning on doing some racing, but he's got some family stuff that's going to pull him away. His daughter is very successful, I'm trying to remember, athletics of some point of view that's going to have him traveling a lot, following them around. So Mike said, I still want the car out there. And Aaron gets week number 1 on it. One of the nicest guys I've run across, too.
Hey, that's a good car to run. It's an old Chad Fitzpatrick car.
We know Chad built very good street stocks and basically anything that he's ever built. He's built well and built with speed. So there's Lacrosse working on the back of Sokolsky again. Marty Sokolsky, yeah, nose right up to that rear bumper cover. Those two racing each other real hard for position. Final spot on the podium is up for grabs. As here we go in car again on Lacrosse.
7 laps left to go. What does Scott Lacrosse have to do to try to get by Mark Sokolsky without getting into him too much? I mean, you don't want to get into too much, but you also kind of want to go, hey, man, I'm a little faster than you.
He backed up the corner a little bit. It looks like lifted early so he could power through the apex and maybe try to diamond a run off to the low side of him from the in-car. Didn't work that time, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't take another run or two at it because it had speed. But watch Sokolsky back in, get a little wide. They're going to have to deal with Poland. Both of them end up getting by, but there is Lacrosse. Love tap through the corner. Backs out of it, lets Marty keep the position again. Again, good sportsmanship racing. A little rubbing's okay, but didn't take him all the way out and didn't pass him when he was sideways after he made it. That's what we like to see.
Rubbin's son is racing.
Keeps races like this green flag and moving along, right?
Absolutely.
From your commentator's point of view, thank you very much. We appreciate the no caution.
Still, one heck of a battle. I mean, it's Hubbard. Beckel's trying to reel Hubbard in. I don't know, that car's fast, but back on Sokolsky and Lacrosse got into it a little bit there off of turn 3. As there comes Lacrosse on the inside, make it stick.
There it is.
Yes, he can.
Yeah, Marty was starting to get loose. We've seen it a couple of times. And that time couldn't tighten her up in time to get down low and defend the bottom. Cross forward a spot and into the podium.
And that's why he's a former mini stock champion.
See what he can do here in the V8s this year. He's got a long ways if he wants to do anything with Jackson Beckel with 2 to go. Beckel is hoping for a big boo-boo from your leader, Mark Hubbard. Hubbard coming around in the first race out of quote-unquote retirement for Mark. We'll come to a white flag with him in the lead. Nice day for Mark.
And that's a borrowed motor. He blew a motor on one of their open practice. That's a Dawson Cox Pro late model engine that he's powering it. Man, it is really working here tonight.
You can run those crate motors from between the divisions and multi-platform exercise, and he will do so. Victory for Mark Hubbard on his first race back. Congratulations to him. That's a good season opening run for Jackson Beckel taking second and third. Good job, Scott Lacrosse. Lacrosse brings her home, and one of the drivers who finishes this one off has had some attrition in through the field, but those drivers out on the racetrack, they survived it. They got one in the books.
Nice job from the Tire Pro Street Stocks. Only one caution, Caleb.
All right, you got to get running. Get down the grandstands here because you're heading to victory lane for the Angel Winds Casino Resort Podium. And we'll get some thoughts, see what Mark thought first race back. Talk to Jackson Beckel and Scott Lacrosse. And down to Saxon Hop with your winners' interviews right now.
All right, Mark, you came out of retirement. I got to ask, how does it feel to win on night number 1?
Oh, it feels so good. We've had a really, really rough 2 weeks with engine trouble. Dawson Cox loaned us a motor, Joe's Racing Products, an ignition system. We got it put in. Jeffrey, Brian did an awesome job for me. My mom and dad just support me like there's no tomorrow, and I couldn't be here without them.
So I got to ask, you bought Steve Pataski's championship winning race car. That's a fast machine. Was it way different than the old car you used to have that Austin Camp owns now?
This one seems to turn a little bit better, and with the crate motor, it's just actually a lot easier to drive. So I love the crate motor. I mean, it was just get on the gas and drive.
All right, final question. Who are your sponsors and who do you want to thank?
I want to thank my mom and dad, my wife Galena for all the hours she's let me put into this thing, Matt, Jeffrey, Rick Yargis came out and helped me put a motor in, Cowboy came out and helped, Mary's Towing, McMillan Construction, and there again, my mom and dad. Thank you, everyone.
There you go, Mark Hubbard, winner of the Tire Pro Street Stocks. All right, Jackson, you had a great car out tonight. What do you think it's going to take to get to Mark Hubbard this season?
Luck? I don't know. I don't know. Mark was rolling on the outside. I don't know. I saw him coming when I was battling with Marty. Knew I had to go on the outside of Marty and get around him. I don't know. That's a hard car to beat. It was a hard car to beat last year. Maybe I just need some rain.
Fair enough. So this is a better start than you had last season, a season opener. Is it better to finish second than when you finished last season?
When I hit the wall 6 feet before the checkered, yeah, this is much, much better.
All right, who do you want to thank, buddy?
First of all, Fast Eddie with Tire Pros Everett. You need any sort of tire, go ahead and go on to that man. PTM, Flat Home, my dad, Genesis HVAC, Gunnarsson Speed Shop, my Hottie Hair Lounge, Ink It Your Way, Napa and Monroe. I think that's about it.
18J, I call him Action, Jackson Beckel. All right, Scott, again, you also came back out of retirement. You're a former mini stock champion. What's it like running the Tire Pro Street Stocks?
You know, they kind of drive like a forklift. They don't turn, and they bought a lot of body roll. But, you know, the racing's what drew me in, just because the car, the field's pretty tight. So it's a lot of fun to drive. I mean, if you got 20 friends with nice forklifts, it's a good day.
I like that, forklift. So you had a great battle with Marty Sokolsky. Tell me what that was like.
Oh, we were dicing pretty good. Tried the outside, tried the inside. I think his car was going away at the end, and got into him a couple times, which wasn't on purpose. But the last one, I thought, well, I might as well go by.
All right, and sponsors, and who helps you get out here?
John and Leilani out today helping me crew. Really appreciate all their help. And Linwood Audi.
All right, the 28th, third place tonight, Scott Lacrosse.
We are steamrolling through Hometrack Heroes here tonight on Seattle 11. He's Saxon Hopp. I'm Caleb Harton. Saxon, it is time. Our biggest division of the day, the PRCBD Hornets, are coming up. We packed 31 race cars into this A main event, including a high school classmate of mine and your brother. So, by no means feel like you've got to be objective at all. Let's just root for him and have fun. What do you think?
I like that attitude.
Perfect. We'll start it up. Up front, it's the 5, Carly Gosler out of Sultan. There's my high school classmate, Alicia Dixon out of Marysville in the Three Brothers Garage 91. Second row is Zachary Boyat out of Graham. That's the 37. And to his outside, you recognize him from the trucks. It's the 9 of Greg Vaughn out of Arlington.
Next row is 86, David Dixon out of Stanwood, Three Brothers Garage. 46R, Calvin De Laverne out of Snohomish, Reppin Welding Rail. 67X is Kellyanne Surian out of Snohomish, Waltz Wood Company, and the 12B, Brady Smith out of Everett, looking for sponsors.
Row number 5, 33X, Jeremy Matthews out of Kent. Pacific Metallurgical Incorporated sponsors him. The driver with the world's biggest head, it's the 102 of Randy Moffat out of Everett, B&R Drywall, his sponsor. Inside the next row, the 024 of Donna Gillespie out of Salem, Waltz Wood Company, and Zachary Dixon, 67 out of Marysville, sponsored by the Color Specialist Premium Quality Car Paint Service.
Next row is rookie driver 53, Ryan Richards out of Lake Stevens, looking for sponsors, and the 44B, Tony Blotch out of Lake Stevens, Alley Motorsports. Next row, 20, Riley Riddell out of Gold Bar, DL Enterprises, and the 99, Frank Mirabelli, one on Monk out 4 out of Redmond. Azure Matery is his sponsor.
Row number 9 is Gino Solomon, the 17S out of North Bend, sponsored by Eastside Equipment Rentals. And to the outside, the 55 of Bobby Hauk out of Snohomish, sponsored by Snow Valley Farms. The 10th row to the inside, the very fast Christian Miller out of Everett, sponsored by Turbo Espresso. And Trinity Reppin is starting 20th out of Snohomish in the 45, sponsored by Reppin Welding and Rail.
49 is Calvin Miller Arlington. Skookum Brewery is the sponsor. 00 is the Silver Mullet Dan Miller Everett. Fast Eddie's Tire Pros of Everett. 43 is Zach Bristol filling in for Damon Claymore out of Granite Falls. Key of Everett. And the 16, the Integrinator Peyton Hop out of Snohomish. Cut Shop of Woodville.
Starting 25th, Chris Delamagior out of Covington, sponsored by DNF Racing. Caleb with the C. Williams in the 50 out of Gold Bar. Chip Happens Glass Company. Row behind them, it's Roland Splon, the 33R out of Marysville, sponsored by DC Window Tint. And to his outside, Adam Possing, the 74 out of Issaquah.
And the last two rows, 31L's Lila Mashburn out of Marysville, General Car Wash, the 212 Xander Crail at Edmonds, McCormick Medical Distribution, and the final car, the 30 Pat Folger at Arlington, Olympia Pizza.
Imagine if you're Pat starting 31st on the field here tonight with quite literally everybody in front of you. It's going to be a tall task. We'll keep track and see how far he can end up making up the field. But it is a full 24-car invert from the ones that qualified. Your brother has an entire field stacked up in front of him. It's going to be interesting.
That's all right, Peyton. You got it, bud. As we go, Green, Gosler, and Dixon, your classmate on the front row,
yep.
All female.
Oh, boy. And as you look at it, we're on the road course, the traditional road course. So let the chaos ensue as they're like 14 wide coming out of the pinch.
Man, it gets so tight. I love the PRCBD Hornets. That's how I started, me and my brother, back in the day in 2019. So I always have affinity for this class.
They can offer some fun, that's for darn sure. Here we go, the completion of lap number 1. We got one in the books. We have successfully gotten everybody around for one and cutting their way and making up through. I think Brady Smith's 12 cars, what we're looking at there, trying to weave his way.
Yes, that's 12B of Brady Smith. That's an old Jimmy Apsher car right there. He's running 4th. Looks like Alicia Dixon's your leader as we get, that's Randy Moff in the 102 battling Callie-Ann Surian in the 67X.
I'm going to like the Surian car because it's got that light up. It's going to be easy to see no matter where we go. It's the pride and joy of Eastmont High School out on the front row. Eastmont High School has no pride nor no joy.
Oh.
Just, as I mentioned, she's doing her job. That a girl, Alicia, keep her up. Getting some quality TV time in here. As down the back straightaway, that is Surian again, the light-up car. Working the inside, Smith in the 12B, making the big move. And closing in on the 5 of Carly Gosler. He'll make the pass. So Brady Smith on the move early here as we go in cockpit with Dan Miller, who brings his own checkered flag with him, apparently.
Oh, I love that. I call him the Silver Mullet for a reason. He always says, Coors Might, not Coors Light.
I like it. So they weave their way in. So that's the weight transfer portion of the course. They run down the middle, and it's that sharp left, quick right, and that little pinched left onto the back straightaway where you've got the drone shot. There we got 2 around. Riley Riddell's 20, and the 55 of Bobby Houck can be the first ones to get into it and draw caution. But really getting through that weight transfer portion of the course, if you can get through that and maintain your speed, that's where you make the most ground on this entirety of the run.
Absolutely. We got a couple replays between Houck and Rudell. See what transpired here as a teardrop happened.
It's narrow right there. Rudell gets to the inside. It doesn't take much from your front corner to the left rear quarter panel. Up and around and done. Both cars to the back of the field for the car of Christian Miller now.
Looks like they may have gotten hooked. I think that's what happened. And yeah, you can kind of see what happened there. Just hooked around. Here's Bobby Houck, Snohomish High School alumni, fellow brother.
Into the turn, and yeah, there's no saving it at that point in time. Oh, he's making lines in Don's grass. Don's not going to like that. Don doesn't like when they run on his grass.
No, there's back in, but yeah, kind of got into it, and yeah, I think they just got hooked on that catch card of Riley Riddell.
If you were going to call it a racing deal, I don't think you would be that far off on that one. And that's going to happen when you've got a field of 31, 2 and 30 laps around the road course. All right, so we'll fire it back up and get back after it. PRCBD Hornet main event on track, 3 laps complete and a whole bunch to go. And if you ever wondered what Hornets across the entire racetrack are going to look like, watch this single file restart. As Alicia will start, and the back of the field is going to be like 20 feet ahead of her in the back. That's how it goes. So you can't really double these up at this point in time. So it's scary. I mean, you could, but they're not going to. Not yet.
Sounds like a March Madness Enduro.
Said the word Enduro. All right, so they'll weave through, and you will see now they double up. It'll be Dixon and Boyatz in the second position. Smith and Surian right in behind them. They're back out, and off the corner, we will go green.
Nice restart by Zachary Boyd, making his maiden voyage in the PR Speedy Hornets. Alicia Dixon did not get a very good restart there. Smith and Surian trying to figure a way around Alicia.
Everybody gets through the corner, at least for now, as the back of the field still trying to wind their way up and through. Big moves up and through. Smith is going to take the position away. So gives Smith another spot. Boyat leaves, and we will go in cockpit with Randy Moffat, who forgot his driving gloves in the afternoon.
Come on, Randy, what are you doing, buddy?
Well, come on. Fireproof everything else, and you leave your hands unprotected. What the heck, bud? What the heck?
Falling behind Trinity Reppin. That's actually Jake Reppin's Hornet car. He decided to mow her out today for his daughter, and she's doing pretty good.
Down the back straightaway goes Trinity, the yellow machine. Top 3, Boyat, Surian, and Smith. As Surian pushing wide in through the groove. We're going to have some position changes in there. Watch through is Frank Mirabelli, the former drifter. Seen Frank do a lot here in our grassroots. Once in a while shows up on Hometrack Heroes for a drift con and stuff like that. Is very unique build to his right. Heck, was even a co-host for us on one of our shows. He's making his Hornet debut. He's sitting up into 3rd. Good run for the 99.
I was about to bring that name up, but yeah, I met him earlier in the day, and man, what a great guy he really is.
A lot of personality there, too. I think he's going to be a big favorite for the Circle Track. And we got one face very well.
That's Roland Spawn, and there they are. Christian Miller in a Ute tire.
Heads up.
Uh-oh.
What was that one innocent Ute tire that gets taken out during the course of it? In cockpit with Moffat on your right. And up in front, we are battling for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th amongst these drivers. Smith and Mirabelli tucked in there. Here comes Gino Solomon in the 17S. Grandpa to the Snyder Racing clan.
Started mid-pack and has made his way up to the top 5 now, and Mirabelli shut the door on him. That's all right. Legal maneuver there. Look at Gino Solomon. Is the Snyder Racing Speed going to be with the 17S this season?
Well, it's got to go somewhere, right? We will see Matt. We will say Diesel in a multiple variety of classes, but right now here on opening night, it is Gino representing as Mirabelli and Smith door panel to door panel as they make the tight corner coming in and through. Who's going to get the run down the back straightaway?
And Gino Solomon, he's about to shoot the gap.
Got there.
Wow.
Past 2 cars, including Smith for position, and that might have been your leader, as your leader, Boyat, has disappeared into the Never Never, and now this is Solomon and Mirabelli for the top spot.
Yeah, Mirabelli not giving up. And there's Trinity Reppin now in the top. They're good going, girl.
So Trinity Reppin is putting on a show.
Smoking those tires.
Yep, sits in position number 3. You watch down that. Hey, that's a bad way for your leader to be, or your former leader to be, as caution flag is coming out. As cars all over the place. No, not your former leader in that one. The 43 car. That's not Bristol, is it?
That is Zach Bristol, filling for Damon Claiborne.
Maybe this car is not as flashy as it is, but I guess graphics never made it any faster.
Oh, he got loose. Whoa. That's a Bob Shoecar car. Hey, Bob, put some better numbers on there.
This is your family here that you're throwing under the bus. I mean, family in law, but still.
That's all right,
Bob. He's gonna come into the shop, and I'm gonna hear about that. I'm gonna get in trouble for what you said. Thank you. All right, from the in-cockpit of Bristol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just snap in and around. So Bristol into Don Fairley's lovely green grass. Don's not going to be happy. As, well, let's reset for a minute. A lot happened there. We lost the leader, off into Never Neverland. Who knows where that was. Gino from mid-pack coming up and through, and Mirabelli, the rookie, running him tough. We've got a really interesting front of the field here, and we still have over half the race to go. We're only 9 laps down with 21 left.
Man, it's just, you never know what's going to happen in these Hornet races.
Chaotic at best. So field doubles up in and through the weight transfer section. They'll roll down the back straightaway as they coil her forward. Speedway Chevrolet pace car will dart off down the back straightaway. And it'll be Gino Solomon, Frank Mirabelli on row number 1. If I remember right, I think Gino might have got the lid lifter last year. At least week 1 or 2, so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I got a decent memory once in a while. Stacked up behind, here comes Solomon, Mirabelli to the outside. And a lot of those guys who started in the 20 range are starting to filter into the mid-pack and further as we're going to go green.
Yeah, I see my brother who was the top banana. He's now running in 8th now, so he's making his way up the field.
Boy, Reppin swinging through. She'll pick up second.
Boyat.
Boyat, things have gone from bad to worse. They'll punt one of those front tires out in the middle of the racing groove. Here is Reppin and Mirabelli now as we got one. We got one around, and they all still stay going. Green lights are on.
Hey, Bobby out, downshift, keep it going. On, back, forward of Dan. Zach Bristol's in the very, very green grass again.
Wow, he's liking the grass out there. And flag pointing. What we got going? We're still at speed, so this is not a caution. It's just a warning that somebody's pulling off or somebody's slowing down. Didn't catch who's. We'll watch Dan Miller continue to work his way forward. And Solomon, Reppin, and Mirabelli, your top three. The rest of the field has been thrown into chaos, and that's Brady Smith falling around Dan.
The majority owner of the Hornets Nest Racing Group, as you see Roland Spahn, a little slow in the back chute. Gino Solomon's still leading, but back to Dan Miller. Gino Northwest, great job.
He has helped a lot of people out. As we need to take a second, it's the PRCBD Hornets out on the racetrack. And, well, PRCBD, you can visit them in Arlington for all your CBD products for people and pets. PRCBD has help for all types of aches and pains. Go to prcbd.com and use the promo code RACE. PRCBD, the proud sponsor of the Evergreen Speedway NASCAR Hornet Division. Tell Joel and the team Evergreen Speedway sent you. Down the back straightaway is Reppin trying to close on Solomon. In car on the right with Donna Gillespie and the big, tall drone shot. As you can see him strung out all over Evergreen Speedway. We are closing in about 2 laps away from halfway, Saxon.
Man, it's been a long one so far. Gino Solomon so far is loving it. We've got Jeremy Matthews at 33X off pace, not quite sure what happened. As he pulls
around
off
the top, and he's going to make the smart turn to the right, so we get to stay clean and green in your lead pack. Now riding through it, Solomon somehow wove his way by, and nobody got taken out.
That was Chris Delamagior in the 88 and Roland Spahn, and they're the getting together, 2 of the back markers there. And he looks like he can't
trying to fire it back up.
JD's gonna throw the caution, maybe.
That's what that's what I look like when I've spilled my drink down on I-5. So trying to lean over, can't hardly see. So caution flag out. We've got a couple of looks at it here on replay at the just about halfway mark here of the PRCBD Hornets main event. In the corner, a little bump and run. It's all right.
It's all right.
So in and through, second place Reppin in the 44 makes it. Mirabelli gets by as well. Nice. Watch it again into the corner, and oh yeah, that started with the 2 slower cars. Gino makes his way past. Good to go there. Well, it's been chaotic. We'll finish it off when we come back. The PRCBD Hornet main event. We'll finish off next here on Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11. It has been an absolutely wild PRCBD Hornet main event, and we still have halfway to go here in this one. I'm Caleb Hardy, is Saxon Hopp, and Saxon here on Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11. This is the norm. You've seen enough of these Hornet Day features in person, but man, on the program, they look even more wild with the benefit of replay and all that good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I've never seen before, because I used to be a crew chief back in the day for my brother and the whole Hornets Nest racing gang, and wow, whole other perspective I'm seeing here.
It is a little bit more wild, that's for sure. 16 laps in and left to go. Solomon and Reppin make up the front row. Gino Solomon, the 17S, one of our veteran drivers. Trinity Reppin is not without laps. As a younger racer, she still does have a lot of seat time, so we'll see what she can do in a really, really good spot outside the front row with Gino Solomon to the inside.
Yeah, and that's a borrowed car. Jake, I think you lost your car, buddy.
Well, in the words of John Zaretsky, you can't hurt borrowed equipment. And off and running. Green flag is out.
Nice start by Trinity Reppin. Wow, right out of the gate.
Gonna put herself in good place. And during that break, they did not bring that Uke tire back in from the corner. So everybody having to adjust and take a little wider swing at it. Here comes Solomon burrowing back to the inside, looking for room. Love tap to Reppin coming off the corner with Mirabelli. Lying in wait, wanting to see if something will happen.
There's Dan Miller in a 00, hot behind his tail.
You can see Solomon swinging around, looking for a place to gather more momentum. He made a really good corner there. Here comes Gino to the inside. Physical into turn number 3 on the 3/8. And Gino Solomon off the turn. And a retake the lead down the front straightaway.
showing mad respect to Trinity Reppin. They did not touch whatsoever off 3 and 4, although she wants that lead back bad. Oh, I'm tired.
Hey, that's why they're called bumpers. They're supposed to be used a little bit. You can see the brake coming into play for Reppin as a little smoke coming off the left front as she got on it. Down into the turn, Solomon, Reppin. Those two flying around with Mirabelli desperately trying to hang on to third. Dan Miller giving them a workover.
Nice job, Dan. That's on the onboard with Zachary Diggs. I see Bobby Houck behind him. That's a little further back in the field. You kind of see, man, I love the way these lights look.
They look really good down the front straightaway here. The racetrack in the newly redone upper section of Evergreen Speedway, one of the big off-season projects. Here's Miller to the inside, and boy, you can see Dixon went full on with the glow in the dark. Looks a little bit like a downtown rave, complete without the EDM and the inside of his race car. As we work through the middle of the racetrack on the left-hand side of the screen.
Dan Miller, he's all over the rear end of the rookie Frank Mirabelli. This is baptism by fire for Frank. Into the fire of the Hornets' nest, so to speak, no pun intended.
Yeah, none taken. As they continue working on the left-hand side of your screen. Mirabelli will learn a lot about racing clean with Dan. Dan does show a lot of respect out there on the ring. He'll race you hard, but I don't think I've ever really seen him dirty anybody up too bad.
No, Dan is, like I said, most respectful driver out there, and he'll run you how he wants to run, and he'll stay out of trouble.
There is Reppin losing some ground, so Mirabelli and Miller making some ground up on second place here. The battle for that is not done. As we are running a little shorter on laps, down into 10 to go here soon. Gino Solomon. Solomon, Reppin, Mirabelli, traffic moving ahead of your race leader.
And here's the thing, when there's a lot of lap traffic, that benefits second and third. So oh boy, trying to come down a little bit, but nice job, Gino, not wrecking the car there.
Your leader is the one who has to deal with it first. And yeah, you're right. It's almost better to be the hunter rather than the hunted. Things open up and you can see them, or you can wait for that leader to just punch you the hole in front of you and follow him through and wait for him to have to make a mistake on the next guy. It's happened plenty of times.
Oh, I've seen it many, many times. Man, Cascade Pusher Association should have put that tire back, but hey, it's making it more entertaining for us here.
I think Dave and John looked at it and went, that looks like fun. Leave it. Why not?
Yeah.
Into the corner, Solomon having his typically very strong opening night. Gino, the veteran, is now coming into further slower traffic at the back of the field. Shout out, by the way, Calvin Miller has quietly worked his way up to 5th, and your brother 24th to 6th. Big run for him. Pat Folger 31 to 13. Love it.
Wow,
he
nicely
inverted
done.
his starting numbers.
You don't see that a whole lot.
No. Well, you don't see 31 car fields.
No.
There's a reason for that. Solomon, Reppin, Mirabelli, 8 to go. How's it going to shake out? We'll find out as we got to take a second and thank the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort and RV Resort. It's the official casino resort of Evergreen Speedway. Angel of the Winds takes great pride in being the best in customer service, entertainment, lodging, fun, and gaming in the entire Northwest. Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. Have you seen up at their RV resort? They have yurts up there you can rent.
Really?
Yes. You know what a yurt is?
No, I don't.
All right, you've got a homework project for the next time you come on.
Perfect.
Check it out. I've seen them work a couple times. They've got a shuttle between where the yurts are and the casino. It's awesome. Gino Solomon working his way, sneaking up and around. Holy cow. 3 cars wide for a second as he gets around Gosler, Surian, and one more. And that might have been the last thing he needed to polish this race off. Instead, there's now 4-lap cars between him and Reppin makes that 3-lap cars as she goes full send into the weight transfer section. Mirabelli gets through as well as we got one stopped.
That's the 33X of Jeremy Matthews, and rightfully so, caution comes out. That's a dangerous position to be in front of all those cars.
Wow. So Reppin around on the back of the 33, and let's let these guys get sorted out. We are going to get a couple of looks at it here on the Seattle 11 from the Crack Replay crew. And look at this. JD has got the You're Naughty flag out, and Trinity Reppin will be the recipient.
First black flag of the season. We'll see what happened here. Was it deserved? Let's find out.
All right, down the front straightaway. We've both driven. We've both been in the seat with the helmet on at the top end of competition, and we can't know exactly what was going on. These decisions are made in the blink of an eye, especially in the driver's seat, but possible learning opportunity for Trinity Reppin right there.
Hey, she'll take it on the chin.
Yep. And to the back of the pack she goes, or to the pit area for a stop and go, however they get it. But a second place run becomes a back of the field run for her. And that's rough, but learning opportunity, right?
Now that puts Frank Mirabelli with Gino Solomon. Then, damn it, Calvin Miller is now in 4th.
Yes, Calvin Miller is so versatile and so good. We have seen him be really, really good in Pro 4 trucks and figure 8. He's got the Hornet here tonight. Let's see what he can do with now a top 2-row spot with a 5-lap shootout ahead of him.
Make his return back to the PR Speed Hornets. I talked to him in the offseason. He was so happy to come back to this class. Still going to run Northwest Pro 4 trucks, and I heard he's possibly running Super Stock figure 8s as well.
Wow, he'll be busy. It's a good thing for a driver. Seat time is seat time, right?
I agree.
All right. Speedway Chevrolet, pace vehicle off. Brother Bear up to 5th. Bristol, after checking out the grass a few times, up to 6th.
That's strong. Bristol filling for Damon. Damon had an injury in the offseason and wasn't quite up to par. So, hey, the wheelman, 3-time champ, Zach Bristol, not a bad replacement.
And former NASCAR regional champ as well, which is a heck of an accomplishment. Green flag out. I look forward to seeing what Zach can do as he ascends some divisions once again. As they get in through, they left that tire still out there, so.
And Tony Blodgett kind of gave a little kiss there.
Tony says, get back to the inside, please. So Miller has gotten past Mirabelli. Here's Calvin Miller, no relation, by the way, between Calvin and Dan. However, Dan's boy Christian's about 5 spots back from what I've seen. He's rallied his way forward.
Not too bad after getting the Uke tires.
Fighting their way in. It gets narrow, and Calvin Miller just kind of wedging himself to the inside of Mirabelli to try to make the move. Frank gets back to the hammer, though, and secures the position as Bristol looking to the inside on Calvin to move up to 4th.
Yeah, Zach Bristol right behind Calvin Miller. Now, Frank Mirabelli, you got a lot of talent behind you. This is where you really get into nitty-gritty for yourself, as you've got 3 laps left to go.
Fortunately, that talent to the inside of him, Calvin Miller, very fast. Mirabelli just a little too wide coming off that 4th corner and gave him some room to get inside, but that'll be a learning opportunity for Frank as we're down to 3 to go. I do love the fact that he's got a blue wheel on the left rear and is, white wheels in the front. He's got blue on the right rear. I'm waiting to see. Yep, got blue wheels in the back, white wheels in the front.
Hey, you got to be different. I like it. Hey, Dan Miller is caught up to Gino Solomon.
Ooh, 2 of our more seasoned drivers in the field that are out here. We're going to see if it's old age and treachery that wins out here. As 1-2, Solomon and Miller, 1 lap to go. Gino Solomon looking for another early season race win, and Dan Miller looking to play spoiler.
Around that infamous Duke tire one final time. Gino just has a way better drive.
Dan has closed so much. It's like he needed 1 more lap. As we'll come through the final corner, Miller with 1 more push, but this one will belong to Gino Solomon. Solomon takes the checkered flag. Dan Miller, really impressive run for 2nd, and Calvin Miller pedaling his way up the field. He will take 3rd in the always interesting PRCBD Hornet Today main event. Oof.
Heck of a way to start a PRCBD Hornet season, let me tell you what.
There was plenty to watch out there, no matter what you were taking a look at, whether you were watching guys rally to the front or watching some new faces up in the front making names for themselves. So, awesome main event. Good way to start the year for Solomon in the 17S. Let's get his thoughts on the Angel Winds Casino Resort Podium.
All right, Gino. Opening night, you're the first winner of the season at PRCBD Hornets. Tell me what that's like.
It's awesome. It is just awesome. I had such a bad year last year, and to come out at the beginning of the season and run, the car ran great. There's nothing I can say about it. I mean, it hooked to the track and it was gone. So it was a great feeling, let me tell you that. So,
the infamous Snyder Racing Speed showed. Man, you were dodging traffic. Were you nervous when Dan Miller was behind you?
I didn't look in my mirrors. I kept my eyes forward. I did not look to see who was behind me. I just drove straight. And if somebody caught me, they caught me. So I just kept focus on where I was going, my line, and just keeping the throttle all the way down. So,
all right, sponsors, who gets you out here?
East Side Equipment Rentals and Hair Inc. So, and of course Snyder Racing, and my crew. So I appreciate you guys.
17S winner tonight, Gino Solomon. All right, Dan, second place. This is your best finish on opening night. What's it feel like, man?
Amazing. It was a really good battle with Gino. He is so fast tonight. I couldn't even just get to him, you know. So awesome. Great crowd for an opener. Yeah, the weather held out, which I love. And yeah, this is awesome.
Man, that 0 car was looking on the rails. I thought you were going to get that win. What more would it took to get past Gino Solomon?
For him to slide off the track and just, you know, spin out something. I don't know.
All right, sponsors, who gets you out here?
We got a few. We got Turbo Espresso, BSR, Fast Eddie's, Tire Pros and Everett's, big help there. Yeah, a lot of friends, really. Randy Moffitt, Bob Shoecar, my son Chris, Damon Claiborne, Peyton Hump, all these guys, and the whole Hornets Nest crew came out and helped bang out all these cars and get them ready to go for today.
He's the silver medal at the 00. Second place, Dan Miller. All right, Calvin, you're a double-duty driver tonight, but tonight, back in the PRC Hornets, what does it feel like, brother?
I mean, it feels great, really, to be out here just having fun. And, yeah, that was a rough race, guys. I mean, it's my first time being out here in about 4 years, and it has changed a lot.
So what's the difference between a Hornet and a Pro 4 truck?
Front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, slicks and not, and I mean, you know, road course and circle track.
All right, who's your sponsors and who helps get you out here?
I need to give a thanks to my mom and dad for getting the truck and the car here tonight, my brother for being in the stands, and my grandparents, and a huge shout-out to Skookum Brewery. They came on board this year. Just absolutely killer sponsor, and they've helped us a lot get the truck on the track.
All right, he's got one more main event tonight. 49, Calvin Miller, third place.
Well, after the wild adventure that was the PRCBD Hornet main event here on Hometrack Heroes in Seattle 11, Saxon Hop, Caleb Hart, what do we got coming next, Saxon? It's the Northwest Pro 4 trucks. Can they top what we've already seen?
Well, we don't have 31 trucks. We got 9 of them, so we'll find out.
It should be, I mean, with 9 of them, you would think it's going to be a little less chaotic, right?
We'll find out.
Or maybe one of them says, hold my beer. Here we go. It is time. Let's give you your lineup. Pete Brady is the 4 truck, former series champion out of Tacoma. To his outside, that's Matt Green, one of 3 different Green family trucks. He is in the 7 truck outside row number 1.
And a pair of greens in row 2, the 8 of Shane Green out of Snohomish and the 6 of Aaron Green out of Snohomish.
Try to keep all that straight. The 6 of Aaron, the 7 of Matt, the 8 of Shane. There we go. Third row, McKenna Cox. She's also had a lot of success in the series, the 24. And to her outside, another former truck champion. It's Calvin Miller out of Arlington. Just saw him in the Hornets.
The next row back is the 12 of Jeremy Howard, Arlington. TD Alskog is his sponsor. 88 is Jesse Gonzalez, Arlington. Squires Machine is his sponsor as well.
The 9 truck starts in position number 9. That's Greg Vaughn. Also just saw him out there in the PRCBD Hornets out of Arlington, the Alley Bar and Grill. All right, now you know the rules, right? Every time you call it a car, you have to put $1 into the pot.
Oh, man.
And that dollar goes to the Buy Derek Hobbs a Sandwich Foundation. So we will keep track on that one. Every time, and I will enforce that fine. If I screw up, I don't owe $1. You did. That's the important part of this as well.
Actually, I need more money.
Yeah. Well, I find Derek and Ben like $2, and Fitzpatrick was really bad about it. He was up to the point where I might be fining him $3. So you're getting the rookie discount at just $1 every time you call it a car.
I'll take it.
All right, we're on. So Brady front row with Matt Green's 7. A lot of single-digit numbers too here. This one gets fun to follow up. These guys are a lot of fun. 4-cylinder trucks, as they'll get to roll their way around, but they make good speed. They race really well, and we're off for an adventure. Green flag is out. 30 laps around the 3/8.
Man, I love the Northwest Pro 4 trucks. It's always one of my favorite classes to watch, and we don't have a whole lot, but we got good quantity here.
Good quality. Yeah, working their way through is down the back straightaway. You can see Cox already shooting to the inside the black and pink 24 truck, trying to work her way through the field into the wall of greens. And Pete Brady working their way in. McKenna down on the inside, and first one up, that's Shane Green's 8 truck as Cox gets a little squirrely in the 24. Gathers back together, but she's got position 3 relatively early. Calvin Miller trying to work his way. He is 5th, coming up the back of another one of the greens for 4th.
Yeah, I love the way McKenna Cox's truck looks. That's a beautiful looking scheme. Pink instead of yellow. I like it.
It is a sharp looking machine. One of the interesting things about it, as down the back straightaway, they will go side by side. And through the corner.
Oh, contact.
Whoa, that was a lot coming through. Cox facing the wrong direction, and boy, Green driving right through the tire barrier. Full send as those two together, and caution flag early here in this one.
Yeah, well, that...
It happened really abruptly, and we're going to get some looks at it here in retrospect as our safety crews making their way out there. And
McKenna.
Yeah, she's agitated. I imagine that the Greens are no longer on her Christmas card list.
Yeah, we'll see what happened here. It's hard to tell.
Well, we get the benefit of replay. So, from the high-up drone shot, that's a spin and contact. All right, viewpoint number 2. And this is from Cox, yep. Wow, shower of sparks coming up. Let's get a look. Here's from the inside. Cox up in the middle lane. Right front, right into the left rear.
Smack those tires.
Yeah, it's the velocity in which Green hit those tires and came through. Back it up one more time.
It's a better view here. I zoom in.
Well, you guys at home are perfectly capable of making your own judgments and your own calls and decide how you feel about that, as you're going to have 2 trucks up from the front of field that are going to be in various states of disrepair, and who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, Cox out, at least for now. Green, shuffle them out of the lineup and shuffle a couple of those other drivers forward with a lot of laps still to go, 23 left in the ledger.
Yeah, I know earlier today in the heat races there was some shenanigans that happened, and again, it's a racing, it could be a racing deal.
Well, okay, so what, during those heat races, more contact between some of the same drivers?
It was more Aaron Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Same process.
Okay. Will, let's start and roll again, as now Matt Green's 7 and Aaron Green's 6, front row. Back up and rolling. Calvin Miller, Pete Brady, and a whole host of others as we're back underway.
So now McKenna being out of it, Calvin Miller is the next fastest truck. He was actually the fastest truck of the day. So meanwhile, it's Matt and Aaron up at front, but Calvin's going to chase him down, and there's Pete Brady running in 4th.
Brady again, the former champion in and of himself. A lot of quality out here. These laps are going to rip off and through. Again, they're running built 4-cylinder motors, very similar to what you'll see in our mini-stock division, which we'll have coming up here in the next few weeks here on Hometrack Heroes. These cars, trucks, etc., making lots of speed.
On board with Jeremy Howe as he follows behind Jessica. There's Greg Vaughn on his outside. Hey, Greg Vaughn, how you doing, bud?
Greg has, from the last time that we had seen him, and he had started the process last year, he has lost a ton of weight. He looks fantastic. Just, I want to say 75 plus pounds down from where he was. So getting himself in better shape. And he's not only running trucks, he's got, what is it, Lucky Dog Racing going on as well. He's doing some road course stuff.
Yeah, I like
in his
that.
retirement, he's enjoying the best of life. So for the lead, Calvin Miller to the inside of Matt Green in the 7. They'll go after it side by side and wheel to wheel. And give the spot Calvin Miller.
That Skookum Brewery Chevrolet looking strong as he went on the inside of Matt Green. And this was like all season long. Calvin Miller up front.
Yep, and it doesn't take him long either. He can have patience when necessary, but boy, when he sees an open gap, he is right there pushing his way through it. So Miller fast and starting to stretch that lead already as we go in truck with Jeremy Howe in the 12 on the right-hand side of your screen. Big thank you to Brandy Hood Promotions and her 17 bajillion in-car cameras that she puts out there.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan Hausenfleck, the most dangerous name, helping her out, and of course my gorgeous wife Ashley.
Working their way in and through. Good job thanking the wife, by the way. That's important.
Yeah, I want brownie points.
You want brownies.
Yes, I do.
Down the front straightaway we go as the Greens continue to battle it out. And out on the outside to the inside, Aaron trying to get by him with Pete Brady lingering, looking for room. As we're quickly approaching the halfway mark here, a couple more laps and we will be at that halfway point in the Northwest Pro 4 trucks. one of the interesting things about these trucks as well, Saxon, is that there isn't a small truck retail body that's available to be purchased from like your 5-stars and your people like that. You actually have to take a full-size truck body and take a chunk out of the middle of it to get it all fit. So like where you've got, and I couldn't tell you exact make and models, but you're thinking small production trucks that are out here on this one. Well, if it's a Ford, they're taking like a Ford F-150 style body and taking 6 inches out of the middle of it to get hoods, noses, rear bumper covers to fit on these guys. There's a lot of fabrication that goes on in this.
Oh, wow. Hey, it's good to know this stuff.
Things you didn't know. But, you know, if you're a Toyota, like a Toyota Tacoma or like a small 4Runner or something like that, you've got to take a Tundra body and chop it down. So imagine if you're watching, you know, down the street and go, oh, little baby, little truck. They're taking the big truck production stuff and making them fit. It's kind of cool.
I like it.
Now you know.
There's Cal Miller still leading. And he just got done running 3rd place in the Hornets.
Exhausting, right? Well, hey, Vaughn just went out and made 3 laps in the Hornets, too. Those guys got tired. Miller, green and green. Continue to look through. Calvin Miller just put good laps together. He said super stock figure 8 is something for him this year.
I talked to him in the offseason, and yes, he did tell me he's going to run super stock figure 8s.
They had their own car at one point in time, and they still have it, or is it a ride for somebody? You know?
It's the same car that he ran before.
Okay, well, they'll be coming out and they'll be fast. That'll be fun. That super stock figure 8 class is looking really good this year.
I love the super stock figure 8 class.
We've got some figure 8s coming at the end of the show here tonight. Still means you're going to be in the final segment of the program.
I'm excited.
Should be a good time. Then we'll introduce the V8 figure 8s coming up in some super stocks? Yeah. I heard a bunch of super stocks coming out this offseason and some more outlaws coming out.
Ooh, I like that.
The return of Cowboy. Cowboy Carlson's supposed to be bringing the outlaw out once again. Cowboy's kid's coming. I don't know if he's going to make opening week, but Brian's going to have an outlaw figure 8, and they have built a nice car there.
I can't wait for that. Brian Carlson, welcome back.
Yeah, a little foreshadowing, right? We like that. So these are the 2 in the next week's program as we're down to 9 laps to go here in the Pro 4 trucks. Good look. Again, multiple drone flyers, Elevate Racing Media, and of course Tanner Holm helping us out with drone footage. Tanner, it is Pilot 1 FPV, and you can follow him on Instagram. Is it a numerical one or is it a written out one? It's a written out one. Okay, so Pilot ONE FPV. We need to take a second. We got to say a big thank you to one of our program sponsors, and that's Busch Light. Busch Light Beer, the official beer of NASCAR and Evergreen Speedway. Come see NASCAR champion Kevin Harvick in the Busch Light themed car twice this year. The Galloway Shootout June 27th. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And Summer Showdown August 13th and 14th. Busch Beer, the sound of refreshment, crisp and cold as a maple stream. Nectar of the gods is what it is. Nothing goes better than race cars and beer. Except for maybe race cars, hot dogs.
Well, we're down 5 to go, and Pete Bray's trying so hard to get the 3rd place. He's been working on Aaron Green, but Aaron just, that Toyota's, I don't know what he's doing with it, but it's looking really strong. He doesn't have a 4 like the others do.
Glued to the racetrack. Got to be a little bit different amongst the family, right? You've been on the 3/8 at speed in race competition here before, right?
Peyton has.
Okay, have you hot lapped on 3/8?
In my old Chevy Silverado, I did.
Okay, so how quick, and as we watch the in-car truck from Calvin Miller, how quick does this front wall come up when you're at full speed coming off the corner?
Really, really fast, let me tell you.
Which, I mean, the fancy thing on that one is, like, how close to that wall they're getting at those speeds, right? It's insane how close they take it up to it.
Hey, McKenna Cox back on the track. Nice job, JBR and Cox Wheels Racing.
Yeah, they got that thing thrashed back together to make some more laps. Just look, foot away from the wall at full speed coming into it as we're down to 2 to go. That 24 truck looks fast, too, as Miller, as fast as he's been. Not able to get around it yet. Coming into the white flag, we'll have 1 lap to go. This next time by is Calvin Miller looking to bring home the opening night win here in the Northwest Pro 4 trucks.
And give a shout out to Skookum Brewery, sponsoring his Hornet and his Pro 4 truck. They're going to be celebrating the pits here tonight at the Miller Racing Camp.
Oh, I believe you're going to see a ice-cold Busch Light or 2 cracked out and over there. As off the corner for the final time, Calvin Miller sees the checkered flags. This one in the books. Green and green. Second and third, Matt in 7, and Aaron in the 6. Good night for Calvin Miller. Top 5 in the Hornets. Win in the trucks. Is we're celebrating?
I believe so. I'd crack a beer with them as well.
I like it. Pete Brady 4th. Jeremy Howe, a quiet but productive 5th. Greg Vaughn 6. Gonzalez takes 7. Cox credited with 8. Shane Green will be 9. All right, to the podium we go. Distribution of trophies and kudos. Angel Wins Casino Resort Podium is coming up here in a second.
All right, Calvin, another dominant victory tonight. Took a while to get there. Tell me, what's it like winning on season opener?
It feels great to win on season opener. It was pretty much a perfect night, except for a little bit of sprinkling here and there. But I think the weather held out, and it was great.
So when you go back to back like that, Hornets and Pro 4 trucks, does that take a toll on you mentally and physically?
As soon as I got in the truck, steering's different, brakes are different. I was already tired, thirsty, and it's way different for sure to go back to back.
All right, one final time, sponsors and who gets you out here.
My brother and everybody for coming out here to support me and my grandparents. And I need to give a huge shout out to Skookum Brewery that came on board with us this year. And they've been a huge help with getting tires on the truck, fuel. They have an excellent brewery in Arlington right by the airport. Anybody should go check it out.
All right, winner tonight, Pro 4 Trucks to 49, Calvin Miller!
We have made it to the final segment here on this week's episode. First episode of season number 7 of Hometrack Heroes here on Seattle 11. He is the rookie, Saxon Hopp. I am Caleb Hart, and we saved some figure 8 action for very last. Saxon Buzz in Steakhouse. Stinger 8s on racetrack for 30 times around, and you, sir, get the honors of starting our starting lineup.
On the front row, the 151, Cody Weldon, the agent of Chaos out of Arlington. All Ply Roofing is the sponsor, alongside a rookie driver, the 153, Ryan Richards out of Lake Stevens.
Row number 2, Kylie Ann Surian, 67X, double duty for her out of Snohomish, Walter Wood Company. To her outside, Tyler Draper's 13. He's out of Lake Stevens, sponsored by his wife and daughters.
Next row is the 20 of Riley Riddell, double duty, Gold Bar out DL Enterprises is the sponsor, and the 65 rookie contingent, Bryson Wingfield out of Snohomish, A&C Glass.
You're going to have to help me with this one, because the inside of the row is the 102 of Randy Moffitt. He's out of Everett, the B&R drywall car. And what, mystery driver in the 44B, or do we know who that is to the outside?
That should be Tony Blodgett.
All right, Tony Blodgett's 44B outside row number 4.
Next row back, the 717 of the always hot competitor, Diesel Snyder to Cleum. Hair Inc. is his new sponsor, and a 16, my brother, the Integrator Paint Hop, Snohomish Cut Shop of Woodville.
Row number 6 to the inside, Hawk Jenkins, Adam Albee, I'd hit that Motorsports, the 35. His outside, the former Trek champion, the 21 of Matt Somerville out of Monroe, Airport Welding and Muffler. Cody Hoops, another former Trek champion, starting at the back of the field, car number 10 out of Marysville, sponsored by Cascade Auto. It's figure 8 time, boys and girls. Settle in, because truly anything can happen here. A lot of drivers doing double duty, and Captain Chaos on the front row. Cody Weldon, who wouldn't even lift for his own grandma on the intersection, out and to the early lead with everybody following him. And, well, Cody lost 3 spots, so I can't say it's
Yeah, it does not want to turn right where I was. Ryan Richards now. Oh, so here comes Kylie Ann Surian, and there's the man with the biggest head, as you say, Randy Moffitt.
But he's a good dude, so that part helps. So out in front, you saw a lot of tire smoke there from the 53 early on in this one, trying to get around Ryan Richards, see if he can smooth it out a little bit, because you want to make better corners. Yeah, there it is again. He is certainly starting that corner wide and coming down, and if he leaves the bottom open like that, Surian's going to zoom right by.
Oh yeah, and Surian, who was a rookie driver last year, she has a few laps in this figure 8 track, so she kind of knows what to do. And there, Moffitt in there a little bit, and new leader Kylie Ann Surian. Nice job, Kylie.
She was fast in the Youth Hornet. Looks like she's already translating some of that speed to the adult divisions. She'll work through, and very good looking race car too. He's in the spot. Sitting second is Richards. Moffitt thrashing around the 102. You know, there's a logic to that. With all that head weight he's got, it helps him get the car balanced.
Hey,
that's a complete fabrication, by the way. Diesel Snyder from the in-car, and Snyder, wow, what a monstrous 2025 Diesel had. He was looking for more, and unfortunately he's going to be into the infield there after shenanigans off the corner.
Little commentator's curse on young D.
Only guy to win 3 classes in one night in modern history was Snyder, and unfortunately, yeah, that bops up, strikes him. Can't have good luck all the time, as we'll now go in cockpit with Calvin Miller.
No, that looks like Hawk.
Is it? Okay, yes. Well, the screen said one thing, but sometimes I'm wrong, and that happens. My bad.
It's all right.
It's opening night. I'm allowed 1 screw up a night.
Yes.
And I just got mine out of the way in the last segment. That works.
And I'm seniors. It looks like the 44B, but I don't. That looks like Cody. It says the 10 on the side. That's Cody Hoops in a backup car.
Could very well be working to the inside now. As Surian forced out wide. Boy, Cody Hoops. He got through this field quickly. Started dead last.
Hey, and the borrowed equipment on the Allied Motorsports 44B machine that's now ranked as the 10. Maybe something happened to his normal car in practice. Looks like.
Who needs a normal car? Backup car, go fast. As he'll work in and through, he's already opened up a bit of an advantage. Now Rudell in the 20 trying to hold off Somerville. We know how fast Somerville is. Rudell, who has shown glimpses of brilliance over the course of his young career, working to keep that 3rd final podium spot, but the incredibly quick Matt Somerville right in behind him, looking to take it away from him.
We have a Cody Weldon cam.
Oh, production with the win. It's the Captain Chaos cam. I love it.
I'm all for it.
Weldon coming in and through, and there is no lift in his game. No, there's just a little swerving Mervin in the middle of the intersection as he avoids one there and takes up a lot of room in corner 4. Now he's right in front of your leader, by the way, and this is where things get real fun.
A little bump from Hoops, and shout out to Brendan Weldon. We know he had some issues in the offseason, and glad you're doing okay.
When the Cody Weldon t-shirts get printed, I want one.
Yes.
Look out. He will get the little love tap from Hoops, and here comes Surian back after it. Surian trying to get your leader coming off the corner as Hoops dealing with Weldon.
Oh, Hawk Jenkins, that was the intersection.
Look out. And here's the lead battle. Surian to the inside, looking to retake over the top spot.
Kylie and Surian, you're showing me some good stuff. Oh, there's Hawk Jenkins again.
To the inside, Hoops a little lean on the Surian car, bringing Somerville, and it's just enough. Oh. Jenkins gets on through. Surian barely misses it and brings Somerville with. 11 laps in, and we are oven toasty in the middle of the intersection here in the Stinger 8s.
Hawk doing like what his brothers and his dad have done for so many years out here, getting it close.
I love this. This is awesome. Side by side now as Somerville tried to find a spot around Surian. They both get through the intersection. Kylie holds on to the spot for now.
Somerville and Hoops have been the last 2 defending champions in the series. Hoops is the current defending champion of the Buzz and Steakhouse Stinger 8. As here comes Somerville inside Kylie and Surian. We know how fast that JBR 21 machine is.
Oh, JBR makes fast 4 cylinders for sure. She'll get back to the inside, coming around the North Pole or the left-hand set of the corners. Might set her up well enough, but getting here into the South Pole, she's going to be at the disadvantage on the outside of the racetrack.
And that's what I figure. The left corner is better for the inside car, but the right side, it switches up.
Yep, there's a little give, a little take, and you want to keep it so somebody can't even get to your quarter panel to put you in that bad spot. Somerville very good at what he does. He's got second now. Can he run down Hoops? And Hoops has got slower traffic to deal with as you see his car weaving around a little bit, coming up with the 153 of Richards.
Yeah, Cody Hoops trying to work his way around this lap traffic of Ryan Richards as a rookie this year, and here comes Somerville. It's been the Hoops Somerville show the last 2 seasons, and leaning on of Ryan Richards. There's Weldon and Hawk once again.
Hoops getting to the inside there of the South Pole. The right-hand corner is going to keep him in that top spot, because if he hadn't, boy, Somerville would have been up on him and in a big hurry. Intersection just slicing its way through. I love this flat camera look from the outside of the track in. This is really cool. As we watch him bob and weaving 2x2 through the intersection is usually a recipe for somebody getting kersplatted. Here comes your brother. Peyton Hopp starting to make some work as the battle for the lead is on. Weldon Cam from the back.
Oh, hard on the
Nailed
brakes.
it.
Nice done, Peyton and Cody.
Oh, wow. That was potential for new race car parts for everybody. Somerville, a little bump and run in the corner. He's got the edge coming through on the right-hand side. Can he stay to the outside of Hoops, or will Hoops force him too far out in this North Pole? Hoops trying to get it to where he's not there, but Somerville's going to get by, and Hoops is broke.
That's a flat tire.
Flat tire Cody Hoops. New race leader Matt Somerville with 10-ish to go.
Wow. The floodgate just opened for Matt Somerville. There's Bryson Wingfield making his debut in Stinger 8s. I talked to him offseason. He is stoked because his papa Tony Hill used to do it back in the day.
Nice. Well, Bryson Wingfield trying to continue his work up forward. As you see Somerville mired in slower traffic. Rudell is second. Hop sits in the third spot. A chance to improve for Peyton.
And Kylie Ann, I just got word that her transponder fell off. She is running in the 4th position as Rudell and Hop get around and out. Now she's officially 4th.
Okay.
So she's still on the track, still on the lead lap.
Yeah, because she's not showing on the scoring loop. They're hand scoring her, so that's the position that she will be in. Thank you to the track officials for giving us a little heads up on that. So Kylie is 4th. As we work our way through, what a debut for her as we're down to 8 laps to go in this action. Still very heavy, and heck, for Kylie, it's a chance to get third.
Contact!
Big ol' run into the back of Rudell. Rudell, nice save. Now can he hold the spot?
I think he can. More contact between Rudell and Surian.
Well, you know what's good for the goose? Good for the gander, I guess.
And the benefactor of that is the Integrinator Peyton Hop in the 16 machine run a special Greg Biffle number on his car.
I like it. Biff was a good guy. Did a lot for a lot of different people. He was pretty universally well liked. As Hop making his way through, sits in second. Now 3. Syrian 4 as we get the drone look one more time. Down to 6 to go. Somerville has worked his way into an easier situation here. Does not have slower traffic directly ahead of him. That's going to let him manage the intersection better.
Oh, absolutely.
So, while we have all this going on the track, big thank you to Buzz Inn Steakhouse. They're the sponsor of our Stinger 8 class, proud sponsor of it, in fact. And they serve hand-cut Angus steaks, all-day breakfast, and mouth-watering burgers with multiple locations throughout the region. Buzz Inn Steakhouse for a great deal on a great meal. It's Buzz Inn Steakhouse, your best choice.
I'm feeling a country fried steak. How about you, Caleb?
I'm thinking post-race we are going for a skillet or a country fried steak dinner or breakfast, whatever we want. There's nothing quite like breakfast in the late evening. It's the best. 4 to go. As we'll continue to follow Somerville through. One of our best here in Stinger 8s, and he has got the speed he needs tonight and lots of room between himself. That's a big pad between him and Peyton Hop. It's going to have to be a pretty big booty for Somerville at this point in time, or mechanical malfunction.
Oh, yeah, he's going to do like something like that. We're running him off in the intersection to slow him up. I just think it's too little too late, especially 3 to go. And Matt Somerville, he's a multiple-time champion in the Stinger 8 division.
I want to point out the great strategy there. Moffitt and his gigantic head size slowed him down just enough in the intersection to not run into Somerville. He's going to whoop me. I'm going to love it. It's going to be so. I love Raymond.
Yeah, great dude.
Down to 2 laps to go. We will see a white flag coming up soon for the final 2 laps of episode 1 of final lap of episode 1, season 7 of Hometrack Heroes. It's Somerville into the South Pole one more time. Just needs one more clean intersection. It's setting up pretty well for him. He is through and into the left-hand corners and to the check flag. It's an opening night feature win for Matt Somerville. Peyton Hop lined up for second, and there he is. Nice run for him. Good night for him overall. Riley Rudell is going to take a top 3. The recently graduated now lineman, I believe. Riley Rudell, congratulations to him. Pulling off the top 3 in opening night here at Evergreen Speedway.
What a show, ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing like being here and smelling it and seeing it all for yourself. For now, we go to the podium, and our winners, Angel Glen's Casino Resort.
All right, Matt, starting 2026 off with a bang. Obviously, you were battling your teammate there, Cody, for the lead, and then he clearly had an issue, had to pull off, and after that, you didn't look back. How does it feel to be on the top step to start the year?
Yeah, it feels great. Super bummed out for my teammate, Cody. I thought it was my tire when it went down. I don't know if I crowded him too. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to keep as limited as space as I can there so you can't get a run, but you hate that for a teammate, so I just feel gut-wrenched regardless on the whole thing.
Another year of Stingers for you in the 21, starting out really well. What are you really hoping that you can achieve with 2026?
I just want to keep winning more races. That's all I like to do is just win races. That's the most satisfying. So we just got to just keep that up.
And who do you want to thank for helping you get the car out here?
Yeah, my family, Airport Welding and Muffler, JBR Racing, Allied Motorsports, all my friends and family that come out and support. Literally couldn't do this without them. So.
All right, your race winner tonight, the 21 of Matt Somerville. All right, Peyton, quite a battle there. There was about 5 cars gaggled all together for a long time there, and ultimately you were able to break free and you didn't look back. Talk about how does it feel to open 2026 up on the podium?
I mean, it feels great, especially after the Hornet race. You know, a little disappointed. The rear main seal started to go on the car, and I started losing third gear halfway through the race, so barely hung on to top 10 there. But, man, what a crazy figure 8 race that was. Lots of intense racing, lots of hard racing, and not the good kind of hard. You know, season opener, I get that people want to make a good impression, but, you know, we had a lot of cautions, a lot of red flags. Surprised there wasn't one in the Stinger 8 race, but people just need to kind of calm down out there a little bit.
Yeah, big race for you guys. It got a little rough having to lean on each other just a tad bit. Who do you want to thank for helping you get the car out here?
First off, I'd like to thank the Woodville Cut Shop, huge supporters of me. Love the new logo on the car, and just proud to represent them. Proud to represent GN Northwest as well, and Hornets Nest Racing. I'm just a great family of racing, always helping each other out. And then you got Grandma and Grandpa Hop, Brand New Hip Promotions, Hop Racing as well, Fast Eddie Tire Pros, my beautiful wife Alyssa for all the support that she gives me throughout the years, and just all the great fans that have come out here every night to support us. You know, we really can't do it without you guys, and also Matt Johnson Design for doing the awesome Greg Biffle numbers. You know, Greg Biffle, a Pacific Northwest legend, proud to honor him, and proud to race here at Evergreen.
Woo! Peyton Hop, second place tonight in the Stinger 8 main event. Now, Riley, when we talked earlier today, you talked about how you were really hoping to coax Tony Blodgett out to run a Stinger 8 race. And for about 55% of the night tonight, I thought it was actually him out there until we realized it was Cody. But getting to race with Cody, getting to race with Matt in that stable, what's it like getting to race with guys that have so many championships under their belt?
It's definitely pretty good. They got a lot to teach me. I've learned a lot from them both throughout the last 2.5 seasons I've been doing Stingers. But yeah, definitely it's a little bit different not seeing Cody in his bright white, red and blue number 10 car. But it was still definitely a good race. Wish it would have worked out a little bit better for him. It looked like he got a flat tire or something about halfway through, but still proud of the finish that we were all able to get.
Yeah, good run for you. Finishes up on the podium. A tough race there. You guys are a lot of beating and banging, a lot of leaning. Talk about surviving a race like that.
You really just got to be a head on a swivel at all times in any of the races, whether it's Hornets, street stocks, late models. You just have to have your head on a swivel at all times. Look what's on the opposite side of the track. Look what's right in front of you, left, right, and up, down. But, yeah, it's really just be on the lookout.
Who helps you get that 20 car out here every week?
I got to thank my Grandpa Fred and my Uncle Wiley mainly. They're big supporters for almost all of my entire racing, from when I started at quarter midgets to all the way up to this last season. Unfortunately, they both passed away just recently, so I want to make this night for them. I just wish I would have been a little bit better finishes. Would have been a way better night to celebrate. But other than that, I got to thank all my other sponsors and people that helped me get here, from Halfcock Guns, DL Enterprise, John Bender, my dad, Katie, Matt Somerville and Cody, my teammates, the Cox family, all of the Bender family, and everybody that's helped chip in to get me here tonight.
Riley Riddell returns to 2026 on the podium, third place tonight.
Well, big thank you to Ben Iman for handling some of the on-track responsibilities here on the show. Big thank you to you, Saxon Hop. Rookie Voyage went well. Well done, sir. Did you have fun?
Oh, what a blast.
What a fun show that we had. A reminder, again, come on out. See it for yourself the next time you can come to Evergreen Speedway. Saturday, April 11th, it's our first DriftCon of the year. If you haven't seen drifting up close and personal, it's wild. Something completely different for you guys. Next week here on Hometrack Heroes, we debut 2 more figure 8 divisions. The Outlaw figure 8s will be in action. The Super Stock figure 8s will be in action. BECU mini stocks, Legends, Youth Hornets, and we're doing more figure 8s. The buses are coming back for the World Champion Bus Racing figure 8s. Had a blast here today. Big thank you to our film crew. Big thank you to Evergreen Speedway. Of course, the Hobbs is on production for Saxon Hop. I am Caleb Hart. We'll see you next Sunday night here once again for more Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Hometrack Heroes on Seattle 11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.